here we go. First game of the Top Shelf tournament. We got Seeger, Mark, and Simon out there with Leo and Skylar. Here we go. As the Vulcans dump it deep, we're to Leo's side behind our net. Chip up the boards to Mark, held in at the point by the Vulcans. Cooper kicks it aside for Skylar. Skylar clears it into neutral zone, and the Vulcans dump it for offsides back into our zone. All right, same crew out there. There's Leo up to Mark. Leo with the puck, center ice. He'll skate it into the Vulcan zone. Here's Leo. Pass looking for Simon. No connection. Here's Seeger to Leo from the point. Redirect goes outside the net. Here come the Vulcans and Skylar's side. They'll dump it. They say no ice. Leo to Seeger. Here comes Seeger. He'll carry it into the neutral zone. Poked away by the Vulcans. They'll bring it back into our zone on Leo's side. Skylar on the right. And covered by Cooper. All right, we had Grayson on the face-off. Finley battling, Grayson coming to help. Dom on the half wall. The point for the Vulcans. Shot goes wide. Over to Caleb's side. Caleb's got able to clear it to center ice. Dom chasing him down. Went off of Seeger's skate there. Or sorry, that was Graham. 27 is Graham. So Grayson taking the face-off. Graham on his left. Dom on his right. We've got Caleb and Finley on D. The Vulcans win the draw. They'll break it out into neutral ice. Vulcans chip it in for Finley. Finley goes off the ref. He keeps it in our zone. Finley will chase it behind our net. Chips it over to Graham. Here's Graham. Oops, just ahead of Grayson there. And the Vulcans dump it in for offsides. So 12:43 left in the first. No score. I don't think they're keeping track of shots on goal, so I will not either. But I think Vulcans have one so far. Not much of a shot. All right, Henry taking the face-off. Draw one by the Vulcans. They'll dump it deep. Finley in the corner. Finley. Tied up in the corner. Henry pokes it behind our net. Centering pass by the Vulcans. Nobody there. That'll go all the way back to neutral ice. Nice pressure there by Ethan. Henry holds it in. Here's Henry. Shot. Shot. Goal. All right. Nice job, Cobra Chickens. Get the first goal. 12:17 left. All right, same line out there. Henry on the draw. Comes to Ethan, I believe. Ethan's shot directed. Oh, but he steers it towards the net. Eventually ends up in the corner. Ethan's still battling. Ends up with Henry, who drops it back for Ethan. And the Vulcans will skate it in our zone. Caleb on D. Finley will pick up the puck as Caleb takes the body. Nice job by the D here. Here's Henry. They're going to call interference on Caleb. So 2-minute minor on Caleb for interference. All right, Seeger out there with Simon. Sorry, it's been a while since I've seen these numbers. So Seeger and Simon with Leo and Skyler to try and kill the 2-minute minor on Caleb for interference. Nice pass there by Simon up to Seeger. Seeger will skate it in. He's got Simon on center. Seeger looking for options. Finds Leo. Leo just off the heel of his blade there. Can't get a shot off. And the Vulcans will skate it into neutral ice. All the way into our zone. Get a shot. Nice save by Cooper. Leo touches it to Seeger. Seeger gets tripped by the official. And now tripped by another player. That was quite the sequence. Ah, shoot, sorry, I thought I got Cooper saved. Nice save by Cooper, did not get it. So now it'll be 4-4. For the next, they say 41 seconds. Okay, so they're minute 30 penalties. I had 2 minutes. My penalty clock is off by 30 seconds, too long. 4-4 right now, that's offsides. Clocks are correct. We've got Mark taking the face off. Dom on his left. Skyler, right D. Leo, left D. Leo with the puck. Vulcans take it, get a shot off the crossbar. Opportunity there by the Vulcans, stopped by the crossbar, and here comes Dom all the way into the zone. Here's Dom. Goal. Nice job, Dom. All right, 2-0 after Dom's goal. Vulcans dump it deep. Leo now, or sorry, that's Finley. Comes Finley, bring it into the neutral zone. We'll take it, give it to, Grayson. I think that was Graham there for a moment. It's Caleb. They bring it into the Vulcan zone. He's got Dom behind him. Skates behind Dom. Gets a shot. Goes wide. Shot by Caleb. The centering pass intercepted by the Vulcans there. Unable to keep it in. Caleb has to regroup at center ice. Gets it back to Finley. To Dom. Dom has a poke checked away. Poked over to, is that Ziggy? I think that's Ziggy. Whoop. Got by Finley there, unlucky. So 2-on-1 with Caleb on D. And they don't get a shot off. Comes all the way out to neutral ice. Grayson on the forecheck. Finley now with the puck. Oh, we're gonna get him for boarding there, I think. Yep. All right, 5-on-4. We got Henry and Ethan out there on forward with Caleb and Finley on D to try and kill the minute 30, I think it was a boarding call. Draw comes over to, I think that was Leo actually. We got Leo out there on right D. There's Ethan, to Caleb, to Leo. Ooh, Leo tried to clear, missed it, went right to Vulcan. Nice save there by Coop. Vulcans now threatening. Cleared. With 1 minute left in the power play for the Vulcans. Henry on the forecheck. .50 left on the power play as the Vulcans shoot it behind our net. Leo will pick it up over to Caleb. Caleb's got Ethan on the half wall. Henry on the far side. Caleb with some space and speed. Here comes Caleb. Blows by one Vulcan in a second, in a third. Has a poke check, shot, goal. Caleb goes coast to coast, gets a goal. So shorthanded goal for Caleb. There's still 30 seconds left in the Vulcan power play. So they dump it deep. I believe that's Ziggy. Oh no, it's Skylar, I think. Sorry. Ziggy and Skylar both tucked in their jerseys. Skylar, 17. Over to Leo, number 8. Tried to tap it to Seeger. We got lucky there. Here's Seeger. Seeger. He's got Simon in front of the net. To the point for Skylar. Gives it back to Seeger. Back to Skylar at the point. Skylar will get a shot towards the net. Goes wide. Simon to Leo. Leo passes it back to Skylar, who's in neutral zone, so we have to get back on sides as Leo dumps it up to Simon. Gets it to Seeger. Seeger, nice move. Seeger looking for options. Seeger. Oh, back to the point for Finley. Finley will get a shot towards the net. Oh, off the post. And delayed penalty on the Vulcans. Interference. All right, so we get a 5-on-4 after the interference call on the Vulcans. We're up 3-0 with 6:54 left in the first period. Puck to the point for Finley. He's got Caleb on his left. Shot deflected high. Graham now in the corner. Graham to Grayson. He's got Dom in front. Ooh, Dom was there but had his stick lifted the last minute. The puck comes to center ice for Caleb. Over to Finley, band on it. Here's Finley. Over to Caleb. Graham, just a little bit ahead there for Dom. Here comes Finley. Finley, centering pass, finds a Vulcan. And they'll skid it to neutral ice. We got Caleb on right. Nice hustle by Graham. Good back check by Graham to break up the play. Here's Caleb. Over to Dom. Dom cuts in, finds some space, and finds Graham. Graham now with some speed. Here's Graham. Oh, nice try by Graham. Nice save by the Vulcan goalie. To the point now for Caleb. Dom. Got a nice pass from Graham. Couldn't pull the trigger. That'll be icing. 5:35 left in the first period. We have 10 seconds left on our power play. Henry, Ethan, Ziggy, Leo, Skylar on D. Puck comes back for Skylar. Over to Leo. Back to Skylar. There's Henry on the move. Henry skates by Ethan's got Ziggy. He'll take a shot low, blocked by the Vulcans. Scrum there in front of the net. Eventually comes free to Skylar. He'll dump it back on net. Ooh, couldn't get the deflection. Ziggy was there. Ziggy takes it to Ethan, tries to keep it in. Unsuccessful. This will be a 3-on-2 now for the Vulcans. Oh, they're going to call that a penalty. That was pretty weak. Yeah, he fell over before his stick even touched him. That was pretty weak. All right, 5-on-4 for the Vulcans as Henry goes in to the sin bin for a hook, I believe. That's Ethan battling. Eventually the Vulcans come up with it. .34 left in the period. 1:09 left in the 5-on-4 for the Vulcans as Henry sits and thinks about what he's done. Draw comes to the far boards. Simon pressuring. Seeger now. He'll work it into neutral ice. Being harassed by multiple Vulcans. He'll bring it all the way into the Vulcan zone. Seeger drops it for Skylar. Slapper deflected by the Vulcans. And the Vulcans will skate it in. They'll dump, go for line change. He chip over the blue line. Seeger, as we get fresh legs on the ice. Got Simon on the right wing. Seeger had about 5 Vulcans to get through, made it through half. Long pass intercepted there, for a moment by Finley, but then recovered by the Vulcans. As they dump it, Caleb will pick it up in our corner. Seeger, pass behind Simon there. The Vulcans carry it in. Seeger will just dump it out. That'll be icing if it makes it. It's on edge. No ice, no ice. Nice hustle by Mark. Mark now on the forecheck. The Vulcans will skate it out. Their breakout intercepted by Dom. Dom will skate it in. He's got Graham with him as the puck is dumped all the way into our zone. That'll be icing. All right, 2:58 left in the first. Graham with the puck. He'll dump it back behind the net. Over to Dom's side on the far boards. Vulcans dump it all the way down. That'll be icing if it makes it. Yep, icing. So we got Grayson, Graham, and Dom out there with Caleb and Finley on D. Grayson taking the face-off. 2:45 left in the first, 5-on-5. Finley, slapper from the point, goes off the net, off the post. Actually, I think it was the side of the net. Here come the Vulcans, struggling. They'll dump it deep. Oh my goodness. They're calling anything. Anytime they fall over, they're going to call it. So 5-on-4 as Graham gets the penalty. I don't know what they called checking or roughing or touching, not sure. We dump it all the way down. That'll be no ice. Henry now on the forecheck. The Vulcans break it in our zone. Nice save by Coop. .106 left on the power play, 2:04 left in the period. We've got Henry and Ziggy out there with Finley and Caleb are our 4 guys as we try to burn off the power play, the Vulcan power play. Here's Finley to Caleb. Deflected off a Vulcan, goes to the neutral ice. Henry on the forecheck. Vulcan's pass ends up right to Finley. Just Ziggy, he'll dump it, and that'll be ice. All right, 1:34 left in the first. We're up 3-1. It was Henry, Dom, Caleb with our 3 goals. Here's Dom. Almost got past him. Good D by the Vulcans as they'll skate it back to the neutral ice. Take a slap shot from their blue line. Not sure what the strategy was there. Finley's, Skylar's shot from the point deflected. Comes all the way back to our zone for Finley. Finley, Cooper covers. 50 seconds left in the first. Seeger out there. We got Seeger, Mark. And Simon. Finley on D. Skylar in front of the net on our right D. Seeger. Got Simon in front of him. Takes a funny bounce off the boards. Able to move it to neutral ice. Let the Vulcans chip it back in for an offside. I guess it wasn't offsides. I don't know what it was. Maybe an errant call. They're going to take the face off, neutral ice. Seeger on the draw. Comes over to Simon's side. Vulcans chip it in on Skylar's side. Ooh, Simon almost had a break. Seeger. Oh, try to find Mark. Leo chips it ahead for Seeger. He's got Mark on his left. With Seeger. And that's the end of the first. 3-0 after 1. Grayson taking the face off. Raw comes over to Dom's side. Vulcans eventually get control, dump it over to Finley, who gets it up to Dom. Vulcan shot goes high. Here's Graham. Up to Dom. Dom to Graham. Oh, nice try. Held in by Dom. Or no, sorry. That was Graham. The Vulcans from behind their net. They'll chip it high into neutral ice. Finley there. He'll chase it down. Good forecheck there by the Vulcans. Comes Dom. Oop, tried to get it over to Graham. Flipped it up into the Vulcan sleeve instead. And we'll be offsides. All right, Henry, Ethan, Ziggy. With Skylar and Leo on D. Leo cuts back for space, chips it up to Ziggy, pokes it through to Henry, over to Skylar. Skylar looking for Henry, intercepted by the Vulcans, but they get mixed up amongst themselves. Now it's our turn to get tangled up. The Vulcans will dump it deep, all the way around the boards, over to Leo's side. Leo behind the net for Skylar. Tried to get it to Ethan, intercepted by the Vulcans. Vulcans from the corner. Stopped by Leo. Gets it to Ethan. Here's Ethan with a little speed. Ethan. Oh! Almost had a Vulcan tap it in for us there. All right, Seeger taking the face off. So we have to wait as Mark got knocked over. Couldn't get back on sides right away. Seeger now. Got Mark on the far side. Seeger. Nice move. Good save by the goalie. Cover that post. Back to the point. Shot by Caleb goes wide. Try by Caleb to keep it in the zone. Mark moves it ahead for Seeger. Seeger, centering pass, intercepted by the Vulcans. Had Simon there. As the Vulcans try to clear. Seeger with the puck. Simon in the corner. Nice job by Graham to come in, break up the play, take the puck. Graham will chip it into the Vulcan zone. So we get fresh legs out there. Here's Grayson. The Vulcans now looking for fresh legs. Dump it in, give it to Finley. Finley now from in front of our net. Finds Caleb. Caleb to Grayson. Grayson will skate it in center ice. In the Vulcan zone, get a shot just wide. Graham to Grayson. Got Dom in front of the net. Graham. Caleb. Caleb will get a shot. Nice shot, Caleb. Go behind the net. Oh. Grayson had it on his stick for Michigan, but then it fell off. And they'll dump it on net. So no ice. Here's Caleb. Aggressive forecheck by the Vulcans. Caleb over to Skylar. Caleb along the boards. Over on Graham's side. Caleb to Skylar. Skylar bounces it off the back of Dom there, and the Vulcans just dump it. So 10:28 left in the second period. We're up 3-0. Leo takes the body. Henry takes the puck. Henry over to Leo. Ethan making some moves. Got 3 Vulcan on him now. Ethan to Leo to Skylar. Skylar thought about it, dumps it in the corner for Ziggy. Henry behind the net. Henry loses the puck to a Vulcan, and they'll try to dump it out. Held in by Leo. Leo to Ziggy, or sorry, that was Ethan. Nice save by the Vulcan goalie. I didn't get it. Seeger, Simon, Mark. Caleb on D, dumps it in the corner for Mark, goes all the way around for Simon. We got Finley on right D here at the post. The Vulcans break it out. Pass goes behind. Caleb now with the puck. Caleb looking for Mark. That'll go all the way into the Vulcan zone. They chip it out. Bounces over Simon's stick all the way to Finley. Chip it up to Simon. Finley. Mark. Looking for Seeger. Nice catch by Seeger. Nice touch by Seeger to keep moving it ahead. Here's Seeger. Into the corner, looking for options. Takes the point for Finley. Yep. Seeger. Oh, just high. Mark into the corner. Nice job by Mark to win that. Get it back to Caleb. Caleb. Nice job by Seeger to take that puck. Gets a shot. Stopped by the goalie glove. We got 8 minutes left in the second period. Nice job by Caleb to keep it in and get it. Goal. Goal by Caleb. Kind of just moving it towards the net and went in. Good job, Caleb. All right, Caleb's got 2 from the D. Shot by Leo. Went off the buttock of the referee. Oh, centering pass there by Graham, looking for Dom. Good opportunity. Back for Skylar's shot. Redirect. Not quite there. Here's Finley. All right, they definitely get some pressure on now. Oh, that's going to be a trip. Well, they don't call that one. Oh, lots of pressure here. Here's Graham. Dom. And the Vulcans will pass it out. Whoop. Finley there, caught an edge. Or no, that was Leo, sorry. Leo. No worries. Graham comes back to take the puck. Over to a Skyler. Over to Leo. Leo looking for options. Blew a tire as well. Couple oil slicks out there. Everybody losing their grip. Here's Dom. Got some ugly hockey going on. Here comes Dom with some speed. Dom. Shot. Rebound. Oh, goal! Oh! I don't know. That might have crossed. That was pretty close. Here's Caleb. I think I got that one on replay. We'll take a look again. Here's Dom. Dom. Finley. Oh, Finley misfired it there. Puck on edge. Finally, Caleb controls it. Henry now. Henry. Oh! Another great opportunity. Here's Caleb. There's 6:05 left. Finley. Man. Something's wrong with Finley's stick. Keeps misfiring. Here's Ethan. As we get a line change, it's just Ethan. Nice defense there. Prevents Ethan from getting a clean shot. Ethan. Oops, sorry. There's Ethan getting tired, taking a seat. Caleb. There's the far corner. Ethan's still out there. Finds Ziggy in front. Oh! All right, this is the one that I think went in. I don't know, that looks... Yeah, that was definitely in. All right, sorry, recovering here. 5:10 left in the second. Got Ziggy, Ethan, and Henry still out there. It's quite a long shift for these guys. We got Caleb and Leo. As Henry gives the puck to Vulcans in our own zone. Taps it to center ice. Ziggy chasing. Vulcans. Over to Skyler's side. Behind the net, Henry will chase. Tries the flyby, doesn't work. Henry. Got Ethan on the boards. Chip it off the boards. Ethan touches it. Here's Graham. Or no, sorry, that's Ziggy. Ziggy with the shot. And eventually covered. All right, Seeger, Simon, and Moiselle out there with Finley and Caleb. Here's Seeger. To Mark. Mark. Couldn't quite see. I think the goalie knocked it down and sat on it. So Seeger center, Simon right, Mark left, Finley right D, Caleb left D. Caleb from the point. Shot goes wide. Vulcans try passing it out, find their man. Caleb on D, Finley on his right. For Seeger. To Mark. Seeger. Got Simon on his right. Held in by Finley. Simon, centering pass, finds a Vulcan. Mark. Behind the net to Simon. Touch it into the corner. Here's Seeger. Seeger. Goal. All right, we got Grayson, Graham, and Dom out there with Skylar and Leo on D. Leo behind our net. Grayson in front of him. Cuts back. Skylar with the puck. Got Dom in front. Chips it to center ice. Graham on the forecheck. Vulcans dump it in. Leo's side. Skylar in front of the net. Leo takes the puck, spins with it, finds a skate, a Vulcan skate. Leo. Can't quite connect there with Grayson. Tried a couple times. Just not there. That was Leo to Dom. Here's Dom. Has a poke checked away and will be offsides. 2 minutes left in the second. 5-0. Puck's been in the net 6 times. Henry, Ethan, Ziggy, Skylar, and Leo on D. Draw comes back to the Vulcans. Ethan looking for Henry, has it chipped out. It's an opportunity for the Vulcans. Skylar now with the puck. Got Ethan in front of him. Henry calling for it when he's covered by 2 Vulcan. Shot from center ice by the Vulcans, goes wide. Leo will pick it up. Skylar in front of the net. Ethan on the right. Puck comes to Ethan. Ethan to Henry. Held in by Ethan. And then eventually chipped out by the Vulcans. Skylar on D. Toe drag. Nice save by Caleb. Or sorry, by Cooper. A couple saves by Cooper. Henry. Ziggy. Oh, I think Ziggy might have done a toe drag to have Henry offsides, but they didn't call it. Henry. All right. Henry. Now Ethan. Ethan. Henry. Centering pass to Ethan. So 15 seconds left in the second. Seeger pickpockets the Vulcans. He'll have the puck here. 10 seconds left. Seeger. Seeger behind the net. Spin move. That's the end after 2. 5-0 Chickens. go, start of the third. Seeger on the draw. Over to Mark's side. Vulcan gets tripped up by the zebra, but finds a way through. Vulcan's shot from the point, easy save for Coop. Ran out of batteries, and we scored in the meantime. I don't know who. All right, here's Graham. Centering pass. Eventually won by Dom. Taken by the Vulcans. They'll skate it out. Graham with some speed here. Oh, as the puck trickles away from him there for a moment. Here's Leo. Leo. Shot by the Vulcans into the corner for Skyler. Tries to chip it ahead for Dom. No luck there. Here's Leo. Pass behind Graham. We'll keep passing it behind our teammates. It doesn't seem to be working each time. So it's running time, 12:50 right now. Oh, Vulcans almost had one there. Here's Henry. And some help from Leo. Now Henry backs off. Leo and I think Ziggy working on it. Here come the Vulcans. Three on one. They take a shot. Goes high. Ethan, nice move by Ethan to get around one Vulcan. He's got one to beat. Outskates him. That gets bumped off the puck there for a moment. Nice chip there by Leo. Gets it to Ziggy. Ziggy. Passes behind Finley. That's what we do. Here's Ethan. Try to get it to Ziggy. Henry now. Ziggy chasing. Ethan on the boards. Vulcans take a shot from the point. Kicked aside by Coop. Finley into the corner. Ooh, nice job by Coop there to prevent the one-timer in front of the net. Long pass by Ziggy to Ethan, intercepted. Oh, goal. Well, we were looking pretty lazy, pretty confident. They deserve that one. So our heads are getting a little big. Here's Seeger. Seeger. Seeger with the puck. Mark in front. Simon now in the corner. The Vulcans bounce it off the boards to themselves, and then they almost chip it into the penalty box. Simon trying to get it to Seeger. Too many Vulcans there. Skyler off the glass. We'll go all the way to the Vulcan zone. That'll be icing if it makes it. It's not going to make it. The Vulcans will have to play it. Seeger on the forecheck. Takes the puck. Seeger. Can't quite get it to the front of the net. And the Vulcans will chip it all the way down, and that'll be icing if it makes it. Ice. So the goal by the Vulcans now prevents running time, so the game will drag on. I think a Vulcan was not in his assigned position, so we will try again. Graham muscles his way for the puck. Dom. Leo tips it over to Skyler, I think. We can't quite clear the puck, and the Vulcans will take it. Nice job, Coop. Here's Graham. Got Dom on the far side. Solid shot, stopped by the Vulcan goalie. Oh, poke checked away there by Dom. Oh, sorry, that was Grayson. Graham battling for the puck. Here come Vulcans on a rush. Nice touch by Finley. Here comes Caleb. Caleb got Grayson in front, looking for Grayson. Nice try. Intercepted by the Vulcans. But Dom wins the puck back. Working it towards the net. So we've got 8:15 left in the game. Caleb keeps it in. The Vulcans will skate it out. Graham. Dom now. Oh, no, they say we tipped it. So no ice. It's fine, keep the game moving. It's Graham. Off the boards. Henry. Has it poke checked away, back to Graham. Here's Graham. Centering fast, can't find a buddy. Finley will take a slapper, goes behind the net. Henry dumps it behind the net. Dom there. Spins towards the net, keeps the puck behind the net. Dom. Ziggy. Henry. Ziggy into the corner. 7:13 left in the game. Puck comes out for Finley. Over to Caleb. The Vulcans dump. Finley now. Over to Caleb. Ziggy. And Cooper's chest is still solid. .644 left in the third. 6-1. Chickens. Henry loses the draw. Vulcans take something of a shot. Here's Ethan. Ethan. Ethan will dump it. Henry pretending to skate hard as the Vulcans dump it. 6:19 left in the third. Seeger taking the face off. Mark and Simon out there with him. Leo and Skylar on D. Vulcans offsides. Comes back to Caleb, gets it over to Leo. Sorry, that was Skylar to Leo. Leo to Skylar. Skylar to Simon. Simon to Seeger. Seeger to Leo. Leo will dump it. Seeger touches it. Nice job by Skylar to keep it in. Trickles past him though. Seeger. Here's Seeger. All right, we'll go with Grayson, Dom, and Graham. Caleb, Leo on D. Sorry, Caleb Finley on D. That's a 9, not an 8. Oop, there's a penalty. Finley will get one for tripping. Grayson taking the face off. Here's Mark, or sorry, Leo. We'll chip it in. Dom now with the puck behind the Vulcan net. Dom. From the point for Leo. Shot goes behind the net. Here's Graham. To Leo, nice look. Leo's got a shot. Oh, redirect, goes high, that hit the net, they'll let it play. Hit the netting, they'll let it play. Here come the Vulcans, Caleb on D, Leo on the right. Vulcans behind our net. Centering pass. Vulcan skating. Nice job, Graham. Goes off the shin guard of Graham, and he'll have a breakaway. Goes just wide. Oh, Graham's hurt. Shoot. Graham's down. All right, Graham's up. We're good. He's gonna stay on the ice. Coaches are calling him off. Oh, we got a penalty. I don't know what the penalty is. Or no, sorry, that was from before. That was Finley's trip. So still 5-on-4 for the Vulcans, and here they come. Caleb on D. Job by Caleb. Knocks him over, takes the puck. He'll skate it. Gonna go coast to coast again. Here comes Caleb. Oh, good try, Caleb. .330 left in the game. Henry. It's Henry looking for options. Well, I think that might have been offsides. They don't call it. Ziggy picks a fight with the boards. Here comes Vulcans. Henry playing Superman. Here comes Caleb again. Caleb with a solid shot. I think that went off the face mask. So 2:59 left. Six to 1. Chickies. Ethan. Both the Vulcans took the pass instead of the puck. Caleb dumps it deep for Ziggy. Henry. It's Finley on D. Nice job, Finley. Good job, Coop. Close one there. Ethan. Over to Finley's side. 2:17 left in the game. We're gonna let him play, I guess. Whoa, I don't know what happened there. That was interesting. It's Ethan. Long pass to Henry, bouncing puck. Oh, goes up a Vulcan skate. Nice job, Caleb, to be a wall. Finley off the boards. Gets stopped at the point. Here's Henry. Henry's got a couple options. Goes with Ethan. Ethan's shot deflected high. Ethan and Ziggy. Oh! Henry. Ziggy. Caleb. Oh, Caleb going for the hat trick. Couldn't quite finish with 1:28 left in the game. It's Caleb. Looking for Finley. Makes it to Seeger. Careful. Up. Up. Nice play. Oh, we got lucky there. Another nice save by Coop. It's Mark. Try to get to Seeger. There's a Vulcan in between them. It's Mark. Simon to Seeger. Back to Simon. A little sloppy. Doesn't quite make it. Finley tried to get bumped off the puck, but he bumped him right back. Misfire by the Vulcans. Mark will pick it up. Dump it behind the net. Simon on the corner. Seeger. Looking for options around the net. Going for the wraparound. Not quite there. Finley from the point. Goes wide to the other point. Caleb trying to keep it in. He does. Maintains control. Oop. Had it poked away there. Vulcans give up the pass to the Cobra Chickens. Mark gets it to Seeger. Seeger got Simon with him. Mark trailing. Here's Mark. That's the game. 6-1. See you tomorrow.